In this episode, I'm going to teach you how you can blow your friends' minds with 5 cool magic tricks you can learn at home straight away. Are you ready? I'm Jonas Jost. Let's magish. Here's a really cool trick you can do anytime with just some orange Tic Tacs. Check it out. What? You don't like orange Tic Tacs? Oh, we can probably fix that. Hang on. Let's see. They actually come with Tic Tacs. Cool trick, right? Totally impromptu. You can do it too. Here's the secret coming up. Here's the explanation to the color changing Tic Tacs. This is a really great trick. You need a box of white Tic Tacs and you also need... Perfect, thank you. Would you like some? You like some Tic Tacs? And do it that way, yeah. There you go. Have a Tic Tac. Thank you. So you need a box of white Tic Tacs and you need one of these. This is a highlighter pen, not a permanent marker, okay? This can be wiped off again and that's the secret to the trick. White box, I'm going to use the back side of it because the white side shows that it's white with mint flavor, so you don't want that. Use the back side, it's nice and white, generic like the orange, and we're going to very carefully color in the entire plastic back side of it. Now, it's not quite as orange as the orange Tic Tac box, but it will fool people who haven't seen one in a while. So just carefully color that in. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but just so there's no white spaces. Okay, we're good to go. Put your pen away because they obviously don't know about that. And now all you do is you hold the Tic Tac box like this and you use the palm of your hand just to wipe over the Tic Tac box, and what it does is it actually wipes away all the highlighter marker and magically makes it look like you've suddenly got white Tic Tacs. You can show them both sides. You can even have one of those. And that's the secret to the magic color changing Tic Tacs. Okay guys, this is one of my all-time favorite tricks. It's impromptu and it's really great. It's excuse me. That's weird. Like I was saying, it's impromptu and it really freaks people out. So much easier now. Okay guys, here's the very simple explanation to throwing up cards. It's a gross trick. Some people think it's gross, but that's why I love it. It freaks people out. All you need is a few playing cards, a little stack. I've probably got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 playing cards, and they go in a little stack with the white side facing my palm into the palm of my hand like that. That's how you hold them. Now, if you're a kid and your hands are too small, okay, try and get smaller playing cards if you can, or you can actually trim the edges of the playing cards off a stack of cards, and then they'll fit into your hand. That way you can try the trick as well. Now you've got to bend your hand a little bit to hide the fact that you're holding cards. We call this palming in the industry. We're palming these cards away. Have your hand kind of relaxed on the side, point to your mouth, show that there's nothing in there, and all you have to do is reach up with these cards straight into the mouth and you pretend to pull them out. That's all it is. It's that simple. Don't ever do it twice. People will always say, can you do that again? Say, no, I'll show you something else instead. That's the secret to this throwing up card trick. Try it out. It's really simple but so effective. It's one of my favorite tricks. So all you need for this really cool trick is a pen with a lid. A lid that has one of these, you know, the little things that you can use to stick the pen into your pocket and clip it on. It's a pen clip. That's all you need. Check it out. If we do this trick correctly, we should be able to move the pen clip away from the pen lid, and it should end up on the bottom of the pen like that. Kind of have to hold the tension, and then so you can just blow it straight back on and you're good to go. Use it like a normal pen. Cool, right? So here's the explanation to the lid of the pen, or that little clip of the pen, magically moving and jumping back into place. It's really cool. You just need 2 of these kind of pens that are exactly the same. Now let me show you the secret one we've changed before we started. It has a pen lid, looks normal, but on the other side of the back, if I turn that over, we've actually got another clip attached or glued down to the pen. And here's how we make it. You need 2 of these, okay? So on the second one, we take the lid, and on the first one, we actually need a sharp knife. Now you're going to, if you're a kid, get an adult to help you with this, because it's a little bit dangerous using sharp objects. The pen will have some writing on it. We're going to use the knife to just scratch off that writing. See, it comes off pretty quickly. And it'll take you about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, to scratch it all off. Once it's all off, the pen will look like this, nice and blank all around. Okay, that's what you want to achieve. Then once we've got our blank pen, we take the second lid, and you are definitely going to need an adult to help you with this, because we actually use a very sharp knife. Now I actually use something like this. This is very, very sharp and dangerous. So definitely get an adult's help to help you with this trick. We actually cut around just from the back like this, and around the edges, to exactly cut out just this part of the pen. The rest of the pen lid you can chuck out. You don't need it. You can throw it away in the bin. But we do need that part. And this part we've actually just glued down with some super glue gel. Gel is a lot better because it doesn't dry as quickly and it doesn't stick to your fingers. Again, an adult needs to help you with this trick. Now, all you do is you put a bit of glue and you just glue that onto this end of the pen, not that end. That's all you do. And put a normal lid back on the pen, you're good and set to go. You set the pen up facing the lid on the opposite side of the fake clip. So these 2 clips have to be on the opposite side of the pen. That's really important. You show the pen like this, take the cap off, put it back on, and now you pretend to pull it from this side to this side, but what you're doing is you're actually twisting it and just pretending to pull it, and it ends up over there. Making sure you cover that with your hand so it looks like this. And it looks like you've pulled it all the way over. Now to put it back into position, you just blow and turn it over quickly, and it looks like it magically jumps over. It's a super cool trick. It's really fun and easy to make, but make sure if you are using sharp objects, like I said 1,000 times, get an adult to help you out. Give it a try. It's an awesome magic trick. I've got a really great card trick for you guys. You just need 1 playing card. The King of Spades. Watch the King. I'm going to steal his hats. Watch. I don't know if you can see that, but look, his hats have completely disappeared. We'll bring them back for you. See, and the hats are back. Oh yeah, magic. The King of Spades I've used. You can use any king, queen, or jack, but I like to use the kings. And check it out. It has this. See, it's just a flap that we've hidden within the frame of the king. And on one side he hasn't got a hat on, and on the other side he's got his hat on. So to do the trick, you just blow and it flips over really quickly. So it looks like his hats have just flown off, and then you turn back upside down and you use your hand like that, and it actually puts the hat back on, so that actually looks a bit like this. It looks like magic. You put his hat back on. Now to make one of these you need 2 kings that are exactly the same. You cut out 1 king exactly on the blue border of the card using your safety scissors. If you are a kid, get an adult to help you. And we want it exactly, or pretty much exactly, on the blue border. That way it hides well. Now another thing with this, once you've cut that out, we don't need the edges, we just need the middle. I want you to bend this exactly in the middle. That way we find the exact middle of the king. That's really important, okay? So we need that. This is super duper important. Okay, we need a little flap like that. Now, all we do is we place this flap into the middle of the king here like that, and we can glue him down. Just with a bit of tape into the middle of the card. Make sure it's all matching up nicely. You can see this tape more than you can on this. I've used standard sticky tape on this one. This is so you can see it a bit more. This is called invisible tape, but it's not really that invisible. And we're going to do that flipping him over on the other side as well. So we've got a bit of tape on either side. Cool. Now he's glued down and you've got that flap like that. You can close the flap off, but before we do that, and this is where you will need an adult's help if you are a kid, using a sharp knife, we're actually going to use that knife to scratch off, very gently scratch off the king's hat, and you can scratch it all the way off, very slowly and gently, getting rid of all the colour. And you've got to take your time doing this, be nice and precise, make sure that the entire king's hat disappears. That's really, really important. We also need a blue pen, because the painting or the ink for the king's picture here is actually blue, so I haven't done this very precisely. You want to take a bit more time to do it. And with a pen, with a blue pen, we're going to follow the contour lines of his head, draw a nice round head, and then you can draw him some nice hair on there. And that gives you a finished king without a hat. Now you want to do the exact same thing to this guy. So these two are bald without hats, and these two are wearing their hats. Once you finish that, make sure these both are done. You get a little bit of tape and just close the end off. So this stays as one flap. That's really important. Make sure that's closed off. Now you've got a perfect flap, and you end up with him being like this one. Let's go back to my first example because it's much cleaner. You got a hat there, and if you blow, see it switches over to the one with no hats on. And that's how to make the king's hat disappear. It's a really great card trick. Try and make it, give it a go. It's a lot of fun. It should take you about 10-15 minutes to make, but the trick is really great and really effective on your friends and family. Here's a great trick for a cafe. You get a coin. We're going to mark that coin, and you're going to get someone, one of your friends or family, to put their signature or their initials on the coin. I'm just going to mark this one with an X, so you can see this is the only coin with this marking. They can do whatever they like, it doesn't matter. We're going to make, this is, by the way, this is my cafe plate. Just pretend I'm eating at a fancy, really fancy restaurant. Watch. Coin. Disappears. And your friends can choose any of these sugar packets. They can point to one and you can say, that one, are you sure? That one? That one? This one? That's crazy, check it out. If I rip this open, you can see their initials and signature on inside the sugar packet. So here's the secret for the magical coin into the sugar packet. It's very, very simple. You just need a bit of sleight of hand. I've got a coin, okay, now I've already marked that with the X. They can put anything on they want. I'm going to use a permanent marker for this. You can get it off with a little bit of rubbing alcohol afterwards if you need to, but you don't really have to. It'll rub off after some time. They mark their little signature on there. Boom, we've put an X. Mystery X. Now, you've got the sugar packets. You need these big wide ones, these equal packets. It's not actually sugar, it's like a fake sweetener. It's meant to be good for you. It's not. Check it out. This is called palming. Put the coin into my palm and I pretend to throw it into this hand, but actually it stays in this hand over here. You can use your thumb as well. Put your thumb over the top, pretend to drop it in, close your hand and point at it, but actually the coin is still in my right hand. I'm right-handed, that makes it easier. Check it out. That's what that looks like, see? It's not actually there, it's still in this hand. So throw it over, make it, you can use the pen as a magic wand if you like, make it disappear, and then they can point to any of the sugar packets. Now I've got a nice clean palm, so you can't see the coin is there, but you don't want to show that to anyone. You can use your thumb as well, like this. They can point to this one, for example. All you do is you pick that up, and you put it together with the coin. You put the coin in behind the sugar packet like that. You open the sugar packet up. You start pouring the sugar out, and I'll show you from the back. That's what this looks like. As the sugar starts pouring out, you also drop the coin, and it looks like it comes straight out of the sugar packet. It never actually does. You were just palming it, putting it behind the packet, and dropping it with the sugar. But your friends will be blown away. Give it a try. It's a great trick. So there you have it. You've learned some super cool tricks. If you haven't already, hit the like button to the video, subscribe to the channel, And we are going to see you in the next episode for another whole load of super cool magic tricks that you can do at home to impress your friends and your family.